Can you tell us about the exhibition?
Well, this is a fashion exhibition, and it's featuring work spanning from the 1920s to today. The exhibition is an international show, so we've got all the big names: Richard Avedon, Irving Penn, one up-and-coming photographer is David Drebin, but we even have some big Swedish names, such as Mikael Jansson, Camilla Åkrans.
What's significant when it comes to fashion photographs?
I think the most interesting thing, aspect of the exhibition is how views of women have changed through time. And you really start to see that when you're having a look around the show. Basically, when you're looking at their 30s and 40s, you'll notice none of the models make eye contact with the camera. They're not looking into the camera, they look away from the camera. And this is sort of a sign of modesty. Whereas after the sexual revolution, for example, in the 60s and 70s, you see how women really look into the camera and are bold and comfortable with their sexuality. So things have changed a lot, and that's what's interesting to see. And also how sexuality is much more exaggerated in the images of today and the images from the 30s and 40s. There's not a lot of skin showing. There's much more modesty.
Is there any reason that the exhibition is starting in the 1920s?
Before photography was illustrating fashion, there were illustrations, basically hand-colored drawings that one could look at to see, or that were published, and so you could follow the fashions in that way. Now, photography was invented in the mid-1800s, but as photography became more reproducible and the technique improved, it started to replace illustration. And that happened in the first decade of the 1900s. So as we get into the 1920s, it's more and more prevalent that we have fashion photographs as opposed to illustrations. And so that's how you have this shift from mediums, from drawings to photography.
How do you think the fashion photography will develop in the future?
One thing that's happened recently is that fashion photographers feel more and more confident about their vision. And they're taking a lot of influences from fine art. So I think that we'll see more and more fashion photography that you wonder, is this an ad? What is this? Is this about the clothes or the shoes, or is this a work of art? And I think that that distinction is getting more and more blurred with these photographers. And a lot of them are doing their own personal work also. Fine art pieces exhibiting in galleries that have nothing to do with their fashion work. And so you see how this sort of flows over into their commercial work and vice versa.